Hey guys, it's Elite here. So I just wanted to make a quick video letting you guys know that I'm going to be changing the way my mods work. Basically just for better optimizations and just to make it easier to add mods in the future and whenever I make mods in the future. It should also be easier to install the new method that I'm using right now. It's not like a massive improvement to installing, the method's exactly the same, but the way the game loads the mods, it should be easier. It should also improve mod load times, but it's not much of a difference anyway, to be fair, since it loads it pretty fast on either console or emulator. But yeah, I just wanted to do this because basically I've been working on some MechAssault 2 mods, and as I've been working on those MechAssault 2 mods, I basically was improving the way the game loads mods for the game and stuff, and I thought I might as well bring this to MechAssault 1 as well. I know it can be annoying to reinstall mods that you already downloaded, or because I've changed the way the files work, but this is basically just better for the future. So yeah, obviously the first change I did was I basically changed the file names just to be more consistent with how I was doing my MechAssault 2 mods, which haven't released just yet, but basically the names of my files in my MechAssault 1 mods kind of didn't really make any sense. If you look at some of the names, you probably think, why is it even named that? And it's mostly just because when I first made MechAssault mods, it was just basically just for grinder. So I would name everything beginning with G for grinder. So I just changed the names so that it makes a little bit more sense. It also basically just lines up with how I have my MechAssault 2 mods named when you see that in the future. Okay, first actual big change. This should help a lot of people. Basically, right now the way I have my mods is that for some of the mods to work, you would need my modded DLC launcher for the mods to work. But now I changed it so that you don't need the modded DLC launcher, just the normal default regular DLC launcher will work my mods. So you don't need to download a special version of the DLC. Any DLC launcher, well there's only one DLC launcher, but the main DLC launcher that you can download from the website, from wherever the Xbox DLC's stuff is online, that mod launcher will work with my mods as well now. I basically just made it so that everything my mods need to work from the DLC, I just took those stuff and made it part of the base game, or part of the mod files that are included in my download basically. If you can't be asked to reinstall the default DLC launcher, it doesn't really matter. Basically the only difference between my modded DLC launcher was it just had an extra few files for the mods, and that's literally it. So you don't really need to uninstall and reinstall the normal DLC launcher. But for in case you need to reinstall it in the future, or anyone new trying to install my mods, basically just a regular DLC launcher will be fine. That's basically the first big change. So that should make it easier to install mods in general because you don't need to install a special version of the DLC launcher. The second change that you guys should notice is that basically the game should load mods faster. I mean, when you already have the mods installed, it won't really make much of a difference, but when you first load mods, normally how I had it, or how the game loads mods in general, would be that it would show a loading bar every time you add a new mod to the game. But now I made it so that it only does that once, and that's when you first set up the mods, it shows a loading screen, and after that it should never do it again. Basically, let's say you add the base mod, it shows the loading screen for when it's installing the mods, and then when you install something like Grider Enhance, you shouldn't notice any loading screen. It should just launch the game, basically making it so that it's faster for the game to load mods and easier for you guys. I basically just changed the way I changed where the mods were being loaded from. Before I had the mods loading from one of the main files for MechAssault, which means that every time you load a new mod, it would have to reload all the assets. But now I just made it so all the mods are in its own separate file, so that it's way faster and it's convenient for me to add new content to mods. So yeah, now I have one file dedicated to all the at least multiplayer mods are gonna be stored. It's a lot easier for me to add new stuff, a lot easier for the game to load stuff, and yeah, basically just a benefit all around. This is kind of another benefit, but it's not gonna really matter most people, and I guess not for a while. But basically it should be easier for people to add their own mods if they wanted to onto my mod. Basically, I try to make it easier for other people to like add their own mods using my modded files, and then like you guys build off of it. But I know most people aren't going to use that anyway, and I haven't really made any tutorials on how to do that. But yeah, it's just preparing for that in the future, I guess. And yeah, that's basically it for this video at least. I just wanted to like, make a quick update. It's not really anything as big. It's not adding like new content, so I guess if you're really if you're okay with how like it is right now, you don't really need to update. It's basically just to make it more efficient. If I release something in the future, like another mod in the future, then yeah, you probably would have to update. It's just to make it easier in the future for people. But yeah, basically I've been working, how many times am I gonna say basically? I've been working on like my MechAssault 2 mods in the background. So if you see like less videos on my channel, like in general, it's basically like I've just been working on those MechAssault 2 mods. I've been concentrating on MechAssault 2 Grinder. I'm trying to make it like as best I can, but like it's really difficult to make MechAssault 2 mods. I've explained this in the past, but yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update in general. So yeah, expect to see at least a MechAssault 2 mod, grinder, whatever I'm gonna do in the future. But it just might take a while because yeah, MechAssault 2 mods are pretty hard to make. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the future, I guess. Alright, bye guys.